In this video, I'll give you a taste of our tutorial on how to paint a black Labrador retriever in watercolor. Painting black animals doesn't have to be intimidating. In fact, we use only 2 colors to create all of the different grays and blacks in this dog. Let's take a look at the process. We'll begin by creating the eyes and nose. First, I'll create a map of the prominent lines and shapes in the eyes, so we've got a guide to follow as we apply further layers of color. I'll apply a layer of yellow next, creating the groundwork for the browns and blacks to come. We'll continue to build the color layer by layer, creating darker browns and blacks, and as you can see, I've been going back and forth between the eye and the nose, using the same process of applying thin applications of color as we go darker in value. The eyes are close to being finished, and next I'll move to the ears. First, I'll create a map of the dark and then the mid-tone shapes that I see in the ears, working around the lightest parts. These are the colors and values found underneath the darker fur and textures to come, and I'll slowly take it darker. The idea at this point is to begin to create the impression of contour and curve by going darker in value. It's dry, and I'll lay in a glaze that will represent the value of the lightest shape. I love how a glaze unifies everything. And next, I'll begin to take the ear darker in value, focusing on one shape at a time. At this point, we're still establishing the dark, light, and mid-tone values found underneath the fur and the textures to come. So layer by layer, we're going back into those shapes we just created, taking them darker. I'm taking a lot of time building the values underneath the fur, since this is a very dark dog, and I want to make sure that I go dark enough before applying the fur. We've reinforced the darkest parts and the midtones, and I think this ear is ready for fur. I'm creating the curve that I think I see in the photo, and this is the first layer of hairs. When this is dry, we'll apply another layer of hairs, going darker where needed. The ears and nose are close to being finished, and we're ready to move into the head and neck. And I'll follow the same process as in the ear. So first, I'll map out the dark, light, and mid-tone shapes found underneath the darker textures and fur. I'll break the subject down into smaller areas so I don't feel overwhelmed. This is a pale application at this point, and we will go darker. I like to keep it pale initially in case I need to make any adjustments. And right now things are appearing very disjointed. But layer by layer, will catch up to these dark shapes. And next, I'll lay in midtones, those values that are in between the darkest and lightest. So I'm using a larger brush. I'll go over this area and you can still see all those darker values through this application of color. And I like that. You can still see those darker values. Let's move up to the head. The dark, light, and mid-tone values are in place, and it's time to apply the fur. And I'll work in small areas, like right now I'm focusing here. And little by little we'll create curving hairs that will enhance the bone structure of this dog. I'll move right into the next layer of hairs, focusing on areas that could go a little bit darker. We've got 2 layers of fur in place, and that has helped to bring out the contour and curve of the bone structure and shadow. And it's time for a glaze that will slightly smooth and unify everything. I'll apply this glaze in the direction of the hair using a very gentle touch, and this will slightly smooth the textures. And when this is dry, we'll be ready for final refinements. For the final refinements, I'll make adjustments where areas seem too pale or too dark, add final hairs and textures, adjust color, transitions from dark to light, and apply final glazes to smooth and unify. I'm making minute adjustments in the head. I'll do the same in the neck and chest. And now for the whiskers. And create some thin, curving hairs of different lengths. I use white gouache for these whiskers. As we near the end of the painting, I'll further refine the chest, creating a clearer sense of contour and curve. The full step-by-step process in real time is available now in my online school, so come on over and take a look. And if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I'd love it if you'd share this video with your friends. If you'd like to try a course for free, I invite you to visit the school where you'll find even more resources to help you learn to paint realistic animals in watercolor. And this black dog is finished. I hope this taster video has been helpful to you in your quest to create black fur. Feel free to place your thoughts and questions in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in another video.